Hey guys, this is Miss Jessica and Miss LaShawn's behind the camera helping me out. You're going to see her in a bit. We wanted to wish you guys a happy fall, and in honor of fall and for those of you out there that are going to have some version of trick-or-treating this year or a candy scavenger hunt, we thought we'd show you a pumpkin kind of prayer poem that I found that I really liked, and there's the jack-o'-lantern kind of face that you carve out to go along with it. So this is just a fun demo. And Miss LaShawn and I have not carved a pumpkin in quite a few years, so this will be interesting. And we're just gonna do the classic jack-o'-lantern face with the little triangle eyes and nose and so on to keep it simple and easy. And we're going to start by kind of tracing the shapes with a marker on our pumpkin that we're going to turn into a jack-o'-lantern. So here we go. Let's see, I'm just gonna eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just for fun. I'm gonna leave room at the top for the crown that we have to cut off in order to fit our candle, or in this case, we're gonna use glow sticks inside, and we gotta be able to fit our hands inside to pull the guts out, which is, I think, the most fun part and messy part. So here we go. My first triangle eye, I'm just kind of making an outline. And Miss LaShawn's gonna help me with the cutting, and she can go around the black marker so that we don't see it as much, and she can just get as close to this as she can. Again, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And be sure when you get to the part where you're using a knife that you get help from an adult and that you're very careful. Okay, I've got my two eyes done. Now I'm working on my triangle nose. Whoop. And let's see if I can give this guy, he's kind of leaning back. He looks pretty chill. I'll see if I can give him a couple of teeth. I don't know if they'll stay in, but we'll once we cut it, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, a big grin. Big jack-o'-lantern grin. Couple of big, fun buck teeth, like he's smiling at us, saying hi. And then up on the other side. Okay, we're gonna skip the bottom teeth. Whoop. I think I might have overshot that a bit. I'm gonna make that bottom part a little bit smaller because I don't want to go too far down on the pumpkin. I can try and wipe off the black marker underneath it shortly. We'll see how permanent it really is. Okay, so here's the outline for Mr. Jack-o'-lantern. That looks great. Hi guys, Miss LaShawn here. Happy fall. Hope you guys are doing okay. So, as Miss Jessica said, we are carving a pumpkin for the fall. And what we're doing is called the pumpkin prayer, okay? So, let's talk about the tools that we're going to be using for this. The first thing we're going to be using is our mom, our dad, or some adult person, because some of these things are sharp and adult supervision is highly, highly recommended. Okay, so we have a carving knife, two of them, two very different ones, for the little tiny areas and one for the bigger areas. We have a poker, that's to get into if you're trying to make little dots all over. And we have a scooper, that's to take all the seeds out, okay? And if it's a really tough pumpkin, with mom and dad's help, we have sharp knives that we're using. Be careful of those. And Miss Jessica, as she said earlier, we have a handy dandy marker to help us with our design. Okay, so the first part of this is we're gonna take what is called the top of the pumpkin, of course, but what our poem is, our prayer is this. We will open our minds so we can receive God's message. So that's us taking off the top of the pumpkin. That's called the crown, okay?
So we're going to cut around it and get it open. It's a little tough to do, but it's not horribly hard. But it takes a couple minutes. That's why you need adult supervision doing this, because it can be kind of dangerous. And we don't want you to get hurt or for you to hurt anyone else. So I'm being extra careful with this. Okay? But it is fun, though, I have to say.
And we have such nice weather out here today.
Oh, the weather is lovely. It's the kind of weather you want to go for a walk.
Yep.
And do fun stuff. But remember to bring a jacket too, because it is windy.
We'll put a link or a picture to the pumpkin prayer that goes along with this in an email or with the video, but it's also in the church newsletter. So if you go to www.shccaustin.org/newsletter, it's on the last page of our newsletter.
Okay, hey guys, check that out. It took a
Ta-da!
little work, but there's the top of the pumpkin, or the crown as it's called. We're going to say goodbye to that though. Okay, now.
Sometimes you do keep it though if you want to recover your pumpkin,
no,
but you don't have to.
I could probably get it back, but I digress. Okay, now the next part of the poem is, or the prayer I should say, is we will clear our thoughts of any mean thoughts and prejudices. So basically that means all the stuff that's inside of the pumpkin. Some of that looks kind of creepy, but some people will tell you there's some good stuff in there that you could really eat.
Yep.
So we're going to take our scoop and kind of just clean it out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there.
I like what the poem says.
Yeah, the poem is pretty neat. I like that.
It's about removing bad thoughts and prejudices from your mind. Having good, kind thoughts.
And if you think about it, all the strings can definitely be both bad and good thoughts. Because there's all kind of different thoughts.
If we want to get extra symbolic, I think the gritty part you don't like to eat, but maybe the pumpkin seeds are the good thoughts because those taste yummy.
Oh yeah, because pumpkin seeds are yummy.
So we're going to save those up and bake them in the oven, add a little salt, and Miss LaShawn and I are going to have a snack later.
Oh yeah, may not even be salt. Cayenne pepper works.
Oh yeah,
Garlic
like
works.
A little spicy. Yeah.
Leave it to me to come up with something
That's
strange
true.
and
Get
odd.
fancy.
Okay.
Oh, I like the smell. I do. I like the
There's
smell.
not a ton of them in here. Amazingly, I think we picked a really interesting pumpkin. I'm using more of my hand than I am of this tool, but
Wow. So yeah, that orange scooper is pretty good.
But I like the claw effect of it,
Yeah.
so that works. Oh gosh, look at that. Yep.
So I think that tool is good because it helps you scrape against the wall.
Yes,
of the
it
pumpkin.
does. That's the fun part. That way you get the shield's making it hard to see inside a little, you guys. So, yeah. There's good stuff coming out though. Remember, you have to take all the seeds out because you don't want it to rot in there and start to, you know what?
Yeah.
Never mind.
You don't want it to mold too soon. That'll speed up the molding process.
Oh yeah,
and then you'll get
definitely
some
will.
critters on your doorstep.
And ooh, lunch.
Maybe there's some secret to keeping critters away, like some sort of spray or lemon, or
putting the lid back.
hey, maybe the cayenne pepper and they wouldn't like
I
the
think
smell of
it's
that.
putting the lid back on.
Putting the lid on, yes. Maybe it helps, but they can still go through the eyeballs. Okay, now we're getting gory for
Okay,
Halloween.
so now you left that part out. Okay, so here's the inside of the pumpkin. We've gotten basically all the seeds
Ta-da!
out,
Good job.
which is, remember, you guys can save this part and cook it, or bake it, I should say. Okay, now, so as you can see, the jack-o'-lantern has eyes, and the poem or the prayer actually says, we will open our eyes so we can see all the good of God's world. I like that. That's a good symbolizing moment right there with that. And it's very true.
Miss LaShawn, you're using the poking tool now to help kind of outline.
I'm using the poking tool just so I can have a spot to insert the knife a little better.
Okay, that's a good tip.
That way I can hopefully control it. But this little tool here actually works really, really well.
And you can get this little pumpkin carving set at any store this time of year.
It's like a little saw. Which I like. That works for me.
Yeah, it's a tiny little saw. So I'm going to let Miss LaShawn finish up the eyes, and then we will begin again.
Continue. Okay, hey you guys. So we're back, and we're pulling out the eyes. These are a little hard to get out. Don't worry about the marker. We can always clean that off if we want to. But there's the pumpkin.
Yes, our jack-o'-lantern has rocking some eyeliner.
And now we're going to work on the nose. And our prayer says we will awaken all of our senses so we can be aware of all the goodness around us. So then we're just going to take our tool again and just cut.
So the prayer says that the eyes and the nose are part of our senses that help us see and smell all of the goodness around us.
Which is always a good thing, because we always need to know the goodness around us.
And be thankful.
Exactly. Woo. Okay, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, you almost got it. So
His
it's like,
nose is kind of small.
you just have to maybe define it a little more. Maybe the other knife.
Yes, almost definitely the other knife. Okay, hey, that's even better now. There we go.
Ta-da! Way to go.
Okay, now next part is we're going to be working on Pumpkin's mouth.
Big grin.
And our prayer says we will share God's message with our friends and family. And of course we share things by speaking. So that's why we're going to carve his mouth out.
Awesome.
And this part is longer, so you guys be very, very patient working on here. And this is when you really want extra help. Because you're going to probably need an adult to do this part.
Miss LaShawn, did you start by poking holes in it with the little poker thing,
I
or
did a little bit, not a lot.
she did that earlier?
Should have done more, but as Miss Jessica said, it's been a while since we've done this.
We have to refresh our memory on what works best.
A whole lot of memory.
Hey, you got the tough job. I was gonna take the guts out. That's fun too. But hey, I'll help clean them.
Anyway, yeah.
I mean,
But actually, all we needed the big knife for was to make that poker hole. That way we can use the saw-like blade to go around. See? Coming up pretty easily there.
get things out of your
Oh,
knife.
thank you. It's like you, yeah, never mind. It's like when our mom and dad uses a tool at home to cut things in our yard.
It's like a mini tree saw.
Yes, exactly.
I've used that before.
Who knew the mouth was going to be the easiest part today?
I think this is very relaxing, especially when the weather's nice. You can make all your mess outside.
Easy cleanup. You can leave some of the things. If there's not a lot of ants around, you can leave some of it for the birds.
Oh.
Always a good thing.
It's coming along.
Yes, we're almost done. Check that out, you guys. It's almost done.
Are you working on the teeth now?
Oh yes, most definitely working on the teeth now. I'm going to take our big knife so that we don't have to take this all out at once.
Oh,
And
that's smart.
just cut a little section.
Then it's less likely to break or break
We
the
don't
teeth
want
off.
to break the teeth. We
Yeah.
like the teeth. Remember, guys, have mom and dad or an adult help with this part, because knives are not to be played with.
Not the big ones.
Not the big one, exactly.
But you can use the little saw. There's part of his grin.
And there's the first piece.
Okay, we're gonna let Miss LaShawn work on this, and we'll piece it together in just a minute. Hey guys! So Miss LaShawn finished cutting out the big grin for our cheerful jack-o'-lantern, and it looks really great. She did an excellent job. And the last part of the prayer poem for the pumpkin or the jack-o'-lantern says, "We will let our light shine for all to see. Put a light inside the pumpkin, and then you can sing this little light of mine," which I am not going to grace you with my singing voice, but I know you know it. We'll save that for the classroom. So these, I got Kim lights, or these glow sticks, because I think they're just safe and you don't have to keep an eye on them like you would a real candle. And then you can also put the lid on if you use these, or if you use one of those fake LED kind of candles. But if you use a real candle, you have to keep an eye on it, and then make sure you leave this part off so it can breathe easier. But the glow sticks are fun, so I got a green one and a yellow one, and it's daylight now, so you're not going to be able to see them that well. But you can shake them up, crack them a few times, a few different places, kind of like that, and you'll hear it crack, and then shake it up some more. And if you look, when it's dark, they glow, and then you toss them in, and do the same for that one, and then you put your crown on. Ta-da, you're done. And if you wanted to, you could actually like put quite a few in there, or you could kind of pull them out of the mouth to let the glow sticks show a little bit more. You could fill the whole thing up with glow sticks, have fun with it. And then sing this little light of mine, and remember to let God's love and light shine through you onto others and spread the love of Christ. So we miss you guys, and we love you, and I hope you enjoyed this fun demo, and we will talk soon. Bye.